Sitaram International School. Welcome back, dears. Wonderful morning, all of you. How are you, dears? Yeah, I hope all of you fine. Yes, this is your Sindhu ma'am going to take science class for you. Are you ready? Yes. Before that, shall we do an yoga? Do yoga? Yeah. You just keep your hand like this. Now you have to rub your fingers up and down. Okay, you just rub it. Yeah. If you do this 5 minutes every day, yeah, you will get a privilege, okay, and you will see a miracle. What is this? Okay, I just give a clue. You have to find it. Are you ready? Yes. Your finger is, yeah, end of the nerve. Okay, under finger have end of the nerve. So it's connected our head scalp. You know well what is head scalp? Yeah, center of head, right? Yeah. So the nerves when you rub this, yeah, your hair will be grow. Okay, and also you always being active. Okay, when you feel drowsy, when you feel sleepy, that time you have to do like this means what will happen? Yeah, you will get a energy. Okay, your brains are stimulated. So your brain will be, your nerves are stimulated, your brain will be active. Okay, hereafter you have to do this every day at least 5 minutes. Okay, morning and evening. Okay, yeah, super dias. Then every classes we will learn some any scientific name of some things, right? Yeah, today, what is the scientific name of human being? The scientific name of human being is Homo sapiens. What? Homo sapiens. Okay, all of you say Homo sapiens. Scientific name of groundnuts. Yeah, last class we saw that, right? Scientific name of groundnut. RHS hypogea. Okay. Likewise, the scientific name of human being is Homo sapiens. Okay, we are all Homo sapiens. What is your common name? What is your scientific name? Yeah, Homo sapiens. Okay. Super dears. Okay, this is your brain teaser. Okay, how many numbers you can see here? How many numbers you can see here? You have to count it. Okay, at the end of the session, I will tell the answer. But don't skip this video. Okay, wherever I will tell, you just listen carefully. The full video, okay? How many numbers you can see here? Okay, dears. Let's go to our lesson. This is chapter 13, Motion and Time. Okay. Okay, dears. In your daily life, how the numbers are used, where we use the numbers in your daily life. Yes, very good. We start the time, date. Okay, then so everything, everywhere we use the numbers. Without numbers, yeah, we can't calculate anything. So numbers is important. Numbers can make a vital role in our life, right? Okay, if you go to the shop, you want to buy a milk. Have you asked to shopkeeper? Yeah, you ask some, for the example, 2 milk, 3 milk. Is this right? No. Then how do you ask? Yeah, half liter, 1 liter, 2 liter. So you need some numbers with measurement. Okay. Likewise, rice. Have you asked to the shopkeeper? Half kg. Yeah, 2 kg, 3 kg, 25 kg, 10 kg. Okay, likewise, table. Have you measured the length of table? Yeah, centimeter or meter. Okay. If you want to stitch a dress, yeah, how you say to a tailoring shop, how you say the tailors is inches, centimeters, like that. Okay, how you calculate that body temperature is degree Celsius, Fahrenheit, like that. Okay, so finally we use the measurement for everywhere. Numbers are for everywhere, for buying milk, for buying rice, sugar, etc. from a grocery shop, for getting a dress stitched at a tailoring shop, for checking a patient's body temperature, for finding out the speed of vehicle, how many kilometers per hour, like that. For the example, the cyclone, yeah, 120 kilometer per hour, like that. So for checking the speed of an object falling on the ground, cyclone, everywhere we use the measurement. So why do we need measurement? Yeah, measurement plays a vital role in our lives. It's essential for maintaining accuracy in our day-to-day life. For the example, if you did not give the size to tailor for your dress stitching, how they stitch your dress? So they need some measurement. So what are the measurement taken by us in our daily life? Yes, we need to calculate the length, height, time, yeah, distance, everything. Okay. So firstly, physical quantities. What is physical quantity? Physical quantity means that is two types. One is fundamental and derived. Physical quantity means like a length, distance, okay, weight, mass. That is physical. So it's classified into two types. One is fundamental and derived. What is fundamental? Quantities which do not derived physical quantity is weight, density, volume, speed. Okay, super. Okay, finally, what is measurement? Yes, comparison of unknown quantity with some known quantity. For the example, if you take a length, distance, for the example, table distance, we know it is in centimeter or meter, but we don't know what is the accurate measure. So, comparison of unknown quantity with some known quantity, that is measurement. What is unit? The known fixed quantity is called a unit. What is this known fixed unit? Fixed quantity? there is a fundamental quantities are derived quantities, physical quantities. Okay, because if you calculate the rice weight or anything's weight means we know well that unit is kilogram or gram, but we don't know what is the weight of that thing. Okay, can you clear what is unit, what is measurement? Super. Okay dear, see this image. What is this? Ruler. Okay. All of it take your ruler. Do you have? Yes, very good. Take your ruler. Half or full, whatever. Check it. All of you calculate your length of ruler through your hand. Yeah, hand span is three hand span. Okay, somebody say 4 hand span. Okay, somebody say 2 hand span. Okay, it depends on your hand. If a small girl measure the scale means it's more. So it depends on your hand. Okay, now you calculate the height length of scale. See this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 to 30. So that is 30 centimeter scale. Is this change? Is this change of everyone? No. If you calculate in centimeter means it's same answer for all of them. Okay, 30 centimeter, it is a constant. It's not change. But if you take your hand span means what will happen? Yes, the measurement is change. So we want to a system of measurement. Okay. See this. There is 3 types. One is CGS, FPS and MKS. Okay. Can you guess what is the abbreviation of CGS, FPS, MKS? C. C means maybe centimeters. Okay. Then G. Gram. Superb. Then S. Yes. What is this? Yes. Yes. Second. Okay. Centimeter. Gram. Second. See this. Next one. FPS. What is FPS? F. Here centimeter. Here F is feet. Okay. P. P is pound. S. Second. Likewise, MKS method. M is meter. K is kilogram. And S is second. Do you know? Centimeter is measured. Yeah, length is measured in centimeters. Mass is measured in grams. Second is time is measured in second. Likewise, in FPS method, length is measured in feet. Mass is measured in pound. Time is measured in second. In MKS method, length is measured in meters. Okay, mass is measured in kilogram. Time measured in seconds. So, these 3 methods are differed. Okay, for the example, first one is length. Length is measured in centimeter in CGS method. What about FPS? Yes, length is measured in feet. So the measurement can, the value of measurement can change. Okay, likewise our hand span and we saw an example, no, ruler. Like this, so that so we get the different values. Okay, so finally, apart from the above mentioned system of measurement, we have the 4th system of measurement known as SI system. SI means standard for System International. Okay, this is international system. Everywhere this method only followed. Okay, for the example, time means how in America followed the time. Likewise, we also follow that. Okay, that is standard for System International, SI units. Okay. So which system of measurement is accepted worldwide? Yes, SI system. Okay, SI system of measurement is accepted worldwide. Okay. Why we need follow the SI system? SI units? Yes, because it followed everywhere. SI systems of measurement is accepted worldwide. That's why we need to follow the SI units only. That is the correct way to measure the length, measure the time, measure the weight, whatever. Okay. See this. These are some SI units. Base, quantity, name, symbol. Firstly, length. In SI unit, we want to calculate the length in meter. Okay. But CGS system in centimeter, FBS in feet. For finally, SI unit in meter. The symbol is M. Likewise, mass. Mass is kilogram, kg. Time. Time is calculated by second. Electric current is ampere. Ampere. Thermodynamic temperature, Kelvin. Amount of substances, mole. Luminous intensity, candela. Okay, this is a standard one. In worldwide, follow this method only. Okay, so if you calculate the length of table, that is 5 meter. Okay, if you write 5, then caps M. Is this right or wrong? No, we put the small m only. Why we need follow that? Is because some rules have the SI units. Okay, rules for writing SI units. We have some rules to write that. Okay, the symbol used for units are always written in lower case. For the example, you have to write M. You have to write small m. Okay, this is correct. Second one, name of the unit should start with lowercase letter even if it is named after scientist. For the example, temperature. Temperature is measured by Kelvin units. Okay, so Kelvin is a scientist name. So you have to write small, you want to use the small k only. Okay, this is Kelvin. This is right, but you should not put caps in K. This is wrong. Okay, so name of the unit should start with lowercase letter even if it is named after scientist. Third one, symbol of unit named after a scientist should start with an uppercase letter. What is this? Just now you say the scientist name start with small letter. But now you say symbol of unit named after a scientist should start with an uppercase of letter. Have it that? Yes. Okay. Listen. If you write the scientist name fully means you put a small letter. Okay. But you just put a symbol. For the example, Newton. N. Ampere. A. Fahrenheit. F. So you note N. N for Newton. Okay. F. Fahrenheit. Ampere. Okay. If you shall write symbol only, you have to write a caps letter. Can you clear? Okay. Next one. Symbol of units should not be followed by full stop. For the example, 5 meter. If you put the full stop means this is wrong. Okay, 5m, 3m. This is enough. Okay. Next one. Symbol of units are never written in plural. But when written in unit name, then plurals can be used. What a confusion. Yeah, nothing but listen. Symbol of units are never written in plural. You should not write in plural. For the example, 5 meter. How you write the 5 meter? 5m. Okay. You should not put s. 5m s. You should not write like that. Okay, but you write 5 meter, METRE, 5 meters. Okay, there we use a plural form. If you write elaborately, you have to you put the plural form, 5 meters. Okay, 10 kilograms. But you just write the symbol, means you should not put the S. 20 kg. Okay, can you understand? Next one, negative powers are used for the units in the denominator of a compound unit. Okay, dears. See this is a square. The side of square is 2. Can you calculate the area of the square? Yes, 2 square. Am I right? You have to write. This is the correct method. So, finally answer is 4 centimeter squared. You want to write like this. Don't put the brackets like that. This is wrong. Okay. How you have to write? Four centimeter or meter square. This is right. Okay. Can you clear? Superb. So 6 rules is there. How you want to write the measurement and units? We need to follow this method. SI units. Okay, dears. How we calculate the measurement? So some in unit we have some rules. Likewise, the measurement also we have some rules. Listen. You just imagine this is A, this is B, this is C. Okay. Can you say what is the reading of this ruler? 4.9, 4.8, 4.7. So what are the precautions should be take? Listen. Readings should always be noted correctly by observing from position A. You always observe the readings from position A. This way. Okay. Next one. The readings are observed in a slanted position. This is the slanted position B and C. This is error. Okay. This error in measurement is called parallax error. Parallax. If you see this way and this way, means that we can make a error. Okay. So this is the correct answer. 4.8. 3, 4, 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, 4.4, 4.5, 4.6, 4.7 and straightly 4.8 centimeter. This is the correct answer. Okay, dears. If you calculate easily table, chair, any straight things, you can calculate using the ruler. How you calculate the curve line? How we calculate the curve line? For the example, this. How you put the scale? How you calculate using this ruler? It can't do that. Okay, we can't do that. It is not. It is impossible. So we can. We have an idea. What is this? Yeah, using thread. Firstly, we calculate the length of curve line using the thread. Now we have a thread. Is this possible or not? Now we calculate the length of thread. Is this possible or not? Yes, we can do this. But we can't calculate the curve line, length of curve line through the using the ruler. Okay, but we can calculate the thread, length of thread. It is possible. Okay, dears. Now we are going to discuss about an interesting topic. Listen. What is this? Puppy. Dog. Okay. What it's doing? Sleeping. No. Yeah. It just take rest. Right. So, when you say this is rest. Yeah, when you say like that, if we don't do anything, you are being rest, right? Okay. So finally, what is rest? all the stationary objects which are not in moving. Okay, that is, do not change their place. With time are said to be at rest. Okay, there is no movement. That is rest. See this image. Now what it's doing? Yeah, it's running fastly. It's running. So now it is move. This is called motion. Okay, it is a state of objects in which they are moving. That is, they are changing their place with the changing time. Okay, that is motion. Superb, yes. Okay, see this. What are they? Train movement, fan movement. Yeah, earth. Then alarm clock. Okay. Did you see how the train move? Is in a straight line. Okay, straight line. Okay, how the fan move? Yeah, in a circle line. Superb. How the earth move? Is rotating. Okay, then alarm clock. Yeah, in a correct time. Okay, so now we talk about types of motions. What are the types of motions? See this: rectilinear motion, circular motion, rotational motion, periodic motion, non-periodic motion, and random motions. Okay, these are some examples of some types of motions. Okay, now I ask a question. Listen. March past of soldiers in a parade. Which type of motion is this? March past of soldiers in a parade. Can you guess? What? Rectilinear. Wow, superb. Have you said this is rectilinear motion? Yes, they are moving in a straight line. Okay, so that is rectilinear motion. Next one is circular motion. Listen. See, you have a fan in your room. Yes, see this, how it is rotate. Yeah, it rotate in a single axis. Okay, it rotate in a single axis. It rotate in a single path. Okay, so motion where objects move along a circular path. That is called circular motion. Okay, now raise your right hand. Yes. Rotate in circular way. Rotate it. Yes. Which type of motion is this? Circular motion. Okay, because you rotate your hand in a circular path. Okay. Then next one is rotational motion. For the example, top. Yeah, spinning top. It rotate. What is this? It rotate itself. Okay, so then spinning ball, you just throw the ball. How it is rotate? Yeah, it spins in its own axis. Okay, so it is called rotational motion. Next one, periodic motion. What is periodic motion? Okay, dears, listen. When the dark moon day will come, when the new moon day will come, is every 15 days once. So that motions is occurred in the proper time. That is called periodic motion. Okay. Motion where the objects repeat its motion after a fixed interval time. For the example, swing. Okay, if swing, how much time it take to move, then at the same time to take a back. Okay, take that back. So that is what is this travel time is same. That is called periodic motion. Okay, then non-periodic motions. For the example, do you know when the earthquake will come? You don't know. Okay, likewise, natural disaster, cyclone. Okay, we don't know about that. So non-periodic motion is objects that does not repeat motion at regular interval. Okay, earthquake, volcanoes, landslide, maximum natural disasters, natural things are comes under the non-periodic motions. Okay, next one, random motion. What is this random motion? Okay, listen. Do you know how the butterfly flying? Which path they select to flying? No, we don't know. It flying anywhere. So that type of motion is called random motion. Can you clear? Now I ask some examples. You want to say which type of motion is this. Okay. All of you take your note. I give sometimes to write. Everyone should write in your note. I will check in the online class. Okay. Don't leave it. Take your note and pen. Are you ready? Shall I ask the question? Okay. First one. Moving of car. Car moving. Which type of motion is this? Moving of car. Yes. Straight rectilinear motion. Next one. Earth rotate in the sun. Which type of motion is this? Earth rotate the sun. Yes. Sorry, I won't tell the answer. Okay, I will check in your online class. Earth rotate in the sun. Next one. What I want to tell the answer. Okay, that is circular motion. Okay, just check it. Circular motion. Next one. Earth rotate on itself. Earth rotate on itself. Yes, rotational motion. Okay, next one. Heartbeat. Yes. What? Periodic motion. Superb. Heartbeat is periodic motion. Next one. Hands of clock. Yes, very good. That also periodic motion. Next one. A player of a football on the field. Listen carefully. A player of football on the field. What? Non-periodic motion. No, it's wrong. Yes, very good. Random motion. Okay, can you clear the types of motions? What are they? Rectilinear, circular, rotational, periodic, non-periodic and random motion. Superb, dears. Okay, dears. How do you come to school every day? By van. Okay. By two-wheelers, by cars. Okay, some of us come by van, some of us by car, some of us by two-wheelers, bikes. Okay. How people traveled in earlier is by animals like donkey, camel, horse. Okay. Then after wheel invention, which means a great change in the modes of transport was made by the invention of wheel. Before invention of wheel, people use animals only for traveling. Okay. After wheel invention, we have lot of vehicles. So wheel invention is the main thing of transport evolution. Okay. See this, after that people use bullock carts, tangas. Do you know what is tanga? Is horse cart. Okay, horse cart is called tanga. People use tangas, bullock carts. Okay, but nowadays after the steam engine invention, we use a lot of machines transports. Okay, like aeroplane, cars, four wheelers like a bus, two wheelers. Okay, dears, motion is over and this is time. Okay, how you find out the time is through the clocks, watch clocks, wrist watch. Okay, not hand watch, wrist watch. Yeah. Then those days they use sun clock, water clocks, like that. Okay. So how you measure the time? Time is measured by using clocks or watches. Clocks and watches make use of periodic motions. Right? This is one of the periodic motion. It's rotate in a correct time. Right? Yes. So for measuring time, our ancestor used sundials, water clocks, and sun clocks. So this is difficult to one. But nowadays we have digital clocks, okay, antimony clocks. So it helps to find out the time, measure the time. So what is the unit of time? Yeah, unit of time is second. Yes, okay. It is simple. S or SEC, sig. Just now we discussed no. If SI units, yeah, S or second. Okay. Then speed. The basic unit of speed is meter per second. Okay, how many meters it's traveled per second? That is unit of speed. Okay. So how you calculate the speed? The speed of an object can be measured if we know the distance covered by the object and the time taken. Example, if a car covers a distance of 100 kilometers in 2 hours, then the speed of the car is distance covered 100 kilometer. Okay, time taken 2 hours. So the speed is distance by time, 100 by 2. You want to divide it. Okay, if we know the speed of car and time, we can find the distance covered by it. Now I say one. If a bus covers a distance of 50 kilometers in 5 hours, then the speed of car is 50 by 5. So the speed of car is 10 kilometer per hour. Okay. So time is distance by speed. Okay. Then how we calculate this? Using speedometer. Vehicles having the speedometer. Speedometer is a device which measure the speed of vehicles. Okay, in kilometer per hour. Now, how many kilometers you traveling per hour? Okay. Odometer. Odometer means that is a device which measures the distance covered by vehicle. Okay, that is odometer. Okay, dears. This session is over. In this chapter, we learned what are the things. What is motions, type of motions, what is measurement, type of measurement, then time. Okay. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 numbers is there. First one 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So all numbers is being here. Okay, who find it the answer? You have to send it in WhatsApp group. Okay. Super dears. Thank you so much and everyone should attend the online class.